Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thanks for watching. And if you are a new subscriber, thanks for subscribing to me, because I do love making these videos for you guys. But today's video is just going to be a little about going over sublimation, since I have gotten so many questions from you guys about just basically starting sublimation altogether. So first thing first is everyone asks about the printer. You can buy a sublimation printer, but if you want to go a cheaper route, you can purchase one of the Epson printers, but it do have to be like an EcoTank printer. So most people use one of the Epson EcoTank series, which is basically what I use. And I do use the Epson EcoTank, the 2803, I think. Let me check. Yes, so this is what the box would look like. It's just this is the one that I purchased. It's the 2803, and I did purchase mine from Walmart. It was, I think, $229. It might be cheaper now, but when I purchased mine, it was around $230. And you can use one of those to convert that into a sublimation printer. How do you convert it? So it's really not a lot that you have to do. You basically just, when you buy the printer, you don't want to use the ink that comes with it, because it will come with these like 4 bottles of ink like this with the printer, but you don't want to use those. You do want to purchase a type of sublimation ink. It doesn't have to be like a special type of sublimation ink, but it do have to be a sublimation ink and not the regular ink that comes in a, the inkjet printer, like the regular ink. You cannot use that, and you cannot convert a printer that's already been used. Some people say they have. I mean, I know it's a lot more work trying to get regular ink out of the printer to kind of convert it over, so most people just say to buy a new one. That way you can just start off fresh. The ink that I use is the Printer's Jack ink, which it works really well for me. I've never had any issues with it. The colors always come out really good. I know a lot of people use Cosmos ink, which I do want to use them in the future, but for now I do use the Printer Jack's ink, and it's really good for the price to me. Before you plug your printer up and start it up, you want to load it and get it ready for the sublimation ink. So really all you have to do is, when I bought my ink, I just took these bottles, because these do have like special tips that goes right in there. That way you don't like make a mess. And the bottles that I bought didn't come like that. So what I did was I took all the ink out of here. I didn't want to just waste it, because I do have another Epson printer. So if you want to keep the ink and have something to store it in, you can. But I just took some old jars that I had, and I just put the old ink in there and cleaned these out really well, and I let them dry. And once I did that, I took my sublimation ink and I put them in these bottles. So you will have to open this, and this is where you put your bottles at. You will put it in here, and you do get a lot of ink, because right now my ink is completely full and I still have a lot of ink left over, and I print a lot for mine. So you have your regular settings. My settings usually the same. You will set everything up, your Wi-Fi, and all of that up, and you're basically ready to go after that. You have to use a sublimation paper. You can't just use regular copy paper that you would use in a regular printer. You do have to use special paper, which the one I use is the A-sub paper, and it looks like this. This is the one that I use. It's not thick, but it is thicker than a normal piece of paper, and it does have the words A-sub on the back. Printer settings. I just use the standard system settings. I just kind of go through and I kind of set them. So when I use mine, I do pick that I use the premium presentation matte paper. It is thicker than a regular piece of copy paper, so I do pick that one. And I go through and I do change my color settings from standard to high to make sure that I get a good quality print. The heat settings. When you sublimate, it's not really just one setting. You kind of have to learn as you go, because every setting doesn't work for everything that you sublimate. So basically, you would just have to learn your settings. Like for instance, if you do a shirt, you may do, let's say, you may do 380 for 60 seconds. Or you can do something that takes a lower temperature where you have to do it for maybe at 315 for 10 seconds or 15 seconds. So you just kind of got to learn, because certain things that you sublimate takes different amount of temperature, time, and pressure. So like when you go to press, you want to make sure you get no air through there, because if you get any air or anything through there, you will get what they call ghosting. So it means basically part of your, since sublimation is just like ink turning into gases, if there's any air or anything through there, you will get just a white spot where the ink didn't really transfer that much. So you just basically have to make sure your thing is sealed really, really good. What kind of things can you sublimate? I mean, there's a lot. You can sublimate a lot of different things. You do have to use 100% polyester or something with a high polyester count in it, because sublimation does not work on cotton. So if you try to sublimate on cotton, it will not transfer as well, or it will come out really washed out and faded. So sublimating on cotton is, unless you buy something to like, unless you buy something that's like a polyester coating spray or something that you can put over it that you can sublimate on top, then you can do that. But you can also sublimate on tumblers, you can sublimate on canvases, you can sublimate on wood, metal. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can sublimate on. Why are their images not looking as vibrant when they go to press it? And it could be a number of things. One of them could be the type of ink you're using, or it can be the material you're using. It could be the temperature, the amount of pressure, or the amount of time you're pressing for it. So you just have to kind of learn the material and the things that you're using. That way you would know, okay, so if I'm doing a shirt, I have to press it at this time. Or if I'm doing a tumbler and I have a mug press, or any type of thing that you have, you will be able to know what your set times will be. If you have trouble with remembering, you can get like a journal or something on your phone that you can take notes to put like t-shirt time and temperatures, and that way you can keep a track of everything. That way you will limit of how much material you're wasting or project you're messing up. Okay, and I think that's really all it is to sublimation. I'm just letting you guys know this is the stuff that works for me. You may do it different. You know, everybody has their own tips and tricks that they use. So yeah, guys, that's basically it. So thanks for watching. Like I said, if you have any more questions, leave them in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.